Good day to you. At my little Genius Choice Institute, we have a methodology called creative interview. That is exposing a triggered individual to creative questions about the falling stones within the interviewee. The falling stones or falling apples of ideas, perceptions, experiences, feelings, doubts, questions, and about oneself, including creative questions about seemingly unnoticed events and episodes and crucibles of developmental experiences, life history, personal history. For example, a friend from Chennai told me that sometime back the music genius, the highly creative original musician Sri Ilaiyaraja, talking to an audience in a public meeting that what he talked then, I forgot. I can easily remember that because it is quoted in a publication released from Genius Choice Institute by name Genius Choice. Genius Choice. So in that it is written. So he is undergoing a question by a Genius Choice Institute associate named Anita Menon. Anita Menon to ask that specific question, creative question, which I gave her. I had told her that I asked for some time, saying that she had to ask only one question on behalf of this Genius Choice book. That question was, "Sir, where does your music come from? How does it happen?" So look into his eyes. Rather, he is trying to see the question with his ears. The keen focus of his attention to the question. And he gives the answer with such an enlightenment. That answer is, "The day I come to know that, I will stop composing. Who knows? Nobody knows." And he signed in a copy, writing this copy of Genius Choice. Of course, this Genius Choice magazine, this is the second issue. It is meant for individuals who think extraordinary and so on. So what I wanted to say is about creative interviewing. I am sure Ilaiyaraja, the great genius musician, highly creative composer, had never thought about that so clearly from facing a genuine question. Question faced from within may not be as powerful as a question coming from outside in unique situations like this. He was in the middle of composing a huge orchestra. So the evidence that he hears such a question for the first time is in his face, beautifully taken by a very, very competent photographer. And see his ecstatic laughter to a person who he sees for the first time. Anyway, so this creative interview, ask really creative questions to your friends, to your colleagues, to your children, and of course to oneself, then you will get wonderful answers, wonderful responses. So Ilaiyaraja has a clear perception actually about the source of that music. He has not entered into that, that's all. He has not really reflected upon that, though he is vaguely aware. He is vaguely aware of that source because he is able to make the advanced conclusion that I will stop composing. How can he make that statement so clearly without having an awareness about the possible, probable nature of that source, that originating source of the mental processes? They are represented in the creature of the central nervous system and its various linkage network developed out of the varied experiences in the developmental path inevitable for any creative and any genius individual in the history of the world. So this I am letting my viewers know about that we do creative interviews. It will give you a wonderful rediscovery or wonderful discovery. Because your mind setting, your engines of intellect and the entelechy of your creature is the making of the wonderful nature process. So there cannot be a life actually which does not give its participant wonderful opportunities of experiences and perceptions and insights, where clues and cues to discover that agency, that attendant spirit in him or her. Perhaps of course, there will be considerable variation. Those who live in predictable, safe, secure, highly protected environment, and as children they developed in very mechanical environment at home and schools, sometimes such discoveries may be very difficult because they are all very ordinary experiences. But still, there could be moments, maybe at midnight, at the evening, or when he or she is left alone. There could be definitely different possibilities for creative questions, which will enable them to discover the gravitational forces of the engines of their mind setting and intellect, so that they can enjoy the beauty and wonder of their existence, only one existence in this condition and planet Earth.